The river stopped flowing 3 days after the festival. The water stood frozen in time. Fish floated beneath the surface, neither dead nor truly alive. They were suspended as if in permanent wait. The village of Chivambo changed. The crops turned yellow and brown. The clay pots dried and cracked. Children's lips grew parched. The elders spoke of ancient warnings, of bargains broken, of sins against nature. Selina did not stop walking. She got as much water as she could from the remaining pools. The water was little, and her hands were raw from digging trenches to redirect the morning dew. Her voice got raspy from organizing search parties to find any hidden springs. "This isn't natural," she said, kneeling at the river's edge. "Something has wounded the river." The chief nodded beside her. Maybe the pearl was a warning we didn't understand. Eunice watched from a distance. Her reflection had changed each time she checked it in the river. It was her, but sharper. Sometimes she caught it looking at her rather than back at her. She had visions one night. She saw herself standing where Selina stood when she found the pearl, but people watched her differently, respectfully, adoringly. "It's beginning," the voice came again, when she was alone by the river. "Do you see what you could become?" Eunice couldn't help but lean closer to the water's surface. "The village is dying. The village is changing. Everything must change to become what it's meant to be," the water responded. She hesitated. "What about Selina?" The voice softened. "What about her? Does she ask about you? Does she wonder why you suffer while she shines?" Eunice had no answer. "One more task," the voice promised. "Complete it and everything you've seen in your visions will be yours." Before she could ask what task, she heard footsteps behind her. "Eunice?" She turned. Selina stood there, exhaustion lining her face. She was beautiful despite the exhaustion. "What are you doing out here alone?" Eunice straightened, the same as everyone, trying to understand. Selina's eyes narrowed slightly. "You've been different since the river stopped." "Different how?" "Distant. You haven't joined the water brigades." Selina stepped closer. "And I have seen you here, by the water, talking." Eunice's heart quickened. "I talk to myself sometimes. It's nothing." "We used to talk to each other." Selina's voice was soft. "Why have you been avoiding me?" Eunice responded. "I've been unwell. The heat, maybe." Selina studied her, then nodded slowly. "Everyone is suffering, but we need to work together." She reached for Eunice's hand. It was the same gentle gesture they had shared since childhood. But as their fingers touched, something happened. Selina gasped, pulled back. "Your skin, it's cold, like the river water." Eunice clenched her fist. "I told you, I'm unwell." The village gathered to pray at night. They built a fire and chanted the old water songs. They even sacrificed their last elder goat, but the river remained the same. Eunice stood in the shadows, watching. Her visions were getting stronger. She could see herself not as she was, but as she could be. Taller, prouder, essential, just like Selina. Selina approached Eunice again after the gathering. "The elders think something was taken from the river," she said. "Something that wasn't properly offered." Eunice kept her face still. "The pearl, you mean?" "Perhaps, but they believe the person who disrupted the river would show signs. They would change. Their connection to the water would transform them." Interesting theory. "Eunice," Selina stepped closer. "I saw you that night, near my hut. The air itself seeming to thicken with tension. Eunice's face, a flash of panic quickly covered by a forced smile. Her posture defensive as she takes a small step backward. I was looking for you, Eunice said quickly, to congratulate you. You never came to the celebration. I did. You were surrounded, as always. The bitterness in her voice surprised them both. Selena stepped back. What did you do, Eunice? Nothing. But even as she spoke, she felt the chill spreading through her veins. I didn't. I wouldn't. You've always resented me. I've tried to ignore it for years, pretended not to notice the way you look at me. Selena's voice hardened. But the river was life to all of us, not just me. I heard a voice. Eunice snapped, the truth spilling out before she could stop it. From the river. It spoke to me. Me, not you. For once, something chose me. She clamped her hand over her mouth, but it was too late. Selena stared at her, horror and pity mixing in her expression. What have you done? She whispered. Eunice turned and fled. She went to the water near midnight. She knelt at the edge. Soon, the voice promised, very soon. A reflection showed in the river. Raising its hand to beckon, its hand broke the water's surface.